Hi, welcome to the Freedom Alternative. The Australian Liberal Democratic Party did something very funny. Now, I should probably mention beforehand that in Australia the main right-wing party is the Liberal Party and the main left-wing party is the Labour Party, just like in Britain. And the Liberal Democratic Party is essentially a libertarian one. Perhaps a bit too hippie for my tastes, but they're libertarians nonetheless. And while the right in Australia attacks them sometimes for their stances on immigration, calling them unpatriotic and whatnot, and some other specific issues, it's the left that attacks them all the time for daring to have a general position of let's mind our own business. And as opposed to other liberty-minded groups, they actually showed that they understand the stupidity they're dealing with and acted like anyone should act in this situation. And that is by mocking the entire thing. So let's look. The Libertarian Republic titles Senator releases hurt feelings form for butthurt liberals. Senator David Leuenhelm, the only elected official of the Liberal Democratic Party in Australia, just released the party's new hurt feelings complaint form, and it hit them right in the feels. The form, introduced on Facebook from the party's page, was attached with the following message. In response to a rising level of what can only be described as butthurt regarding both Liberal Democrats' policy and the various utterances of our public figures, we have decided to streamline our grievance process. Should anything of us do, say, think, or look like we're thinking of doing or saying cause your knickers to bunch unceremoniously, please feel free to fill out one of our handy complaint forms. And the form is just pure gold. So here's the hurt feelings complaint from form 2.21a. Now, in this form, the complainant can specify where the triggering incident took place, who is the offending party. Notice the option, someone from the Liberal Party, I'm too dumb to know the difference, which, by the way, is right on the money. All too often, these special snowflakes can't even tell the difference between a random troll and an actual member of the opposition. We see this pattern everywhere, social justice warriors whining that any sort of criticism, no matter how innocuous and no matter where it comes from, is framed as a part of a vast right-wing cishet oppressive plot. And then it asks the complainant to describe the incident, and the predefined options are just right on the money. Yeah, let's look a little bit on the options. The opposition pointed out that my opinion was not the same thing as a fact. The opposition told me to fuck off. The opposition is a heteronormative cis-white male scumlord. The opposition proved me wrong in front of my peers. Can you imagine the triggering in that? The opposition made fun of something I hold dear. Now, these are the feminists, definitely. The opposition called me an idiot, an imbecile, a dolt, a dimwit, a dullard, a cretin, or some other word that I don't know the meaning of. And this is probably the gold. The opposition failed to provide appropriate trigger warnings. And then it asks the complainant to say what he did to remedy the situation. Now that's offensive. I mean, asking special snowflakes to take responsibility for their feelings is oppressive. Also, the form lacks proper trigger warnings. Amazing. These libertarians should be ashamed of themselves. Now, in all seriousness, this is the proper way to deal with these kinds of people. Just mock them. No matter how much you kowtow to their nonsense, it's just never enough for these social justice warriors. The social justice warrior mentality, you see, is like similar to the one manifested by spoiled children. They always demand more and more and more and more, and then they become increasingly irrational. And if an adult, like a normal human being, says no, well then they throw a temper tantrum. It's just how social justice warriors function. Don't give them that. Just point your finger at them, laugh, and then just get on with your life. Anyway, I'm glad that the public official takes such a stand against the ridiculousness of the progressive idiots, and I hope more of them do it in the future. With that being said, don't forget to click the subscribe button and consider supporting this channel. Thanks for watching.